Hey, welcome back. Or actually, if it's your first time, then just welcome. This is Live Unbound with Liv Kisper, and I took a little break. Now I'm back. And what I want to share with you is just so fascinating to me. It's so simple as well, and it makes such a big difference. So today I would like to share with you this one thing that determines whether someone likes you or not. And I know it sounds pretty simple, and it also sounds very unbelievable because you might already have an idea about it, what it is. And usually we have so many ideas about it, whether we are aware of it or not. We may believe it's our intelligence, maybe it's our looks, our youth, the way we speak, what we wear. There's just a whole world of expectations and assumptions about other people, and so how they see us. And so we spend a lot of time, a lot of energy trying to figure it out and constantly adjusting ourselves to that world of expectations. And what we lose on the way is really just simply being and enjoying the way everything is, the way we are, and the way other people are. When we don't have to, when we stop just figuring things out, when we just know what it is. And so today I'm simply going to share with you this one thing that really, once you know it, it takes the edge off. Right, so what is this one thing? And how is it even possible that it's one? Surely there must be so many different factors. I mean, psychology books tell you, science tells you there's just so many different things. We're going to go a little bit deeper today. We're going to look, what I'm going to share with you, you won't find this in psychology books, in scientific research. There is just no experts or authorities behind me. You simply have to look for yourself. And once you see this and once you recognize this, it's just so simple. And you also realize that none of that other stuff really doesn't matter. It totally doesn't matter. Your intelligence, your looks, your background, how much money you have, how many friends you have, how great you are at certain things, or how it just none of that really matters. And that's why I love looking at things like this, even though it's not a thing. But my language just has to describe it in a certain way. So what is this one thing? So when we really look at closely, really pay attention, don't try to figure it out in the head, just in stillness, looking closely at what it is that determines we like someone or they like us. It's this. A thought pops up and says, I like them, or I don't like them, or oh, they're amazing, or no, I don't like this. And so when we notice that it's just a thought that simply appears, which determines whether they like us or we like them. And you might think, yeah, but there is a reason. And so this reason is part of a story. And this story is not part of reality. It's a story. And we all have this story that it's a story that simply, I can't say even like it's nothing. It's a story, but we have an idea about it. We know where we coming from and where we're going, and we already know, we have this inner knowing around how to behave and what we expect and what we should do, what we should never do. And all of this happens because there is some reward in the future, and it's all complete imagination. It's a story. It has nothing to do with what is, but it's undeniable. The voice in our head, which is just a thought, and it's actually nothing to do with you or with what is real. It constantly trying to convince itself about the validity of the story. and that this is the right things that you have to do. If you do this, if you are going to be liked in these ways, then you will achieve this final destination in the future, and some sort of happiness or success or whatever that is. And so we are not aware of this story. We believe what the voice says. We assume it's us, and we assume that that's what we have to do, and everyone gets confused. And so that's why it's just extremely interesting to notice that it's just a thought. It's simply a thought. And when you question it, really, when you question the thought, you can never really be sure 100% if it's true, whether I like someone or not. It's just a thought. I don't even know this person. I don't know if this person is good for me or not. They might appear they are really nice and really good or good looking, but I have no idea if this person is actually going to be great for me in the long term. There is no way of knowing. And so it's just really interesting to notice that it has nothing to do with what you think. It has nothing to do with what you imagine the way you have to be. Intelligent, smart, good looking, great hair, good outfits, money. None of that really matters, which is so liberating. Whether someone likes you or not has nothing to do with you. It has to do with their own story, with their own storyline that runs in their heads. Just put it in a simple terms. And the story is already there. There's nothing you can do about it, except of notice. Noticing is not even doing. It's simply just looking. What is real, what is not real. And in this case, it's simply noticing that it's just a thought that emerges, and it really has nothing to do with me or the other person, even though the thought, of course, comes with so many reasons. And that's why this is so liberating, this is so relieving, because there's nothing you have to adjust. It can simply be. And that freedom or that relief really just it happens in here, because I don't really need to overthink and trying to figure it out. I can just it's just there's no need for that anymore once you start noticing that things simply happen because a thought says something, and it's nothing to do with you. It's just emerges. It's there to confuse you, because it wants to keep you in a story. And every story has the same characteristics for everybody, just like in a movie. There is challenges, there is an evildoer, there is it's a hero's journey, but it's so confusing and it's so deceptive. So it's just good to notice that now, which is not the moment in time, now is simply what happens without these assumptions and expectations. It's just perfection, and nothing is required. Nothing is required from you. You don't have to adjust and change anything. Thank you for listening, and I'm looking forward to seeing you soon.